Ready? Let's go. Yeah, for those of you that want to know what the brain's all about, it's like this, y'all. Come on. This is 10% frontal, 20% temporal, 15% motor cortex and the power to move, 5% parietal, and this helps you remember the pain, and 100% reason to remember the brain. We don't need our name up in lights. We just want to be heard, whether it's about the brain or the systems. You feel so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that you know all the functions. But forget about them. We know the chords. It's all about the spinal and hypothalamus. It's all about the endocrine system and hormones, making the thalamus, making sure its switchboard stays up. That means when it's down, our senses won't be picking up. Let's go.
What is the brain anyways? It's never really covered much, so many definitions, leaving us all starstruck. The parietal lobe gives us our pleasure and pain, while your occipital lobe helps you make a living. Put it together with the sensory cortex and now it connects, never missing a sense. The cortex receives all your senses unless there's a defect. Inner neurons are the central nervous system's internal communication, just like the conductor of a train station.
Sensory neurons send incoming information, and motor neurons are outgoing sensations. Who would have thought that the brain stem is the oldest part, and I heard it connects the spine to the brain that helps you play the game. Then next comes the medulla, coming in at the bottom of the line. I like, hey Pons, why you have the stupidest smile? This Pons is the truth. It gives you all your expressions, and the amygdala is working through the roof because of all your aggression.
This is 10% frontal, 20% temporal, 15% motor cortex and the power to move, 5% parietal, it helps you remember the pain, and 100% reason to remember the brain. Broca's area is your ability to speak, while an injury to Wernicke's area makes you sound like a freak. Association areas are without restriction. This is a fact, not a prediction. Testes and ovaries release sperm and egg, which join to create babies with legs. The adrenal gland in the medulla secretes a hormone which gives you fright or the motivation to fight. When you drink too much milk, you pair a thyroid with flood and won't be able to regulate calcium in your blood.
This is 10% frontal, 20% temporal, 15% motor cortex and the power to move, 5% parietal that helps you remember the pain, and 100% reason to remember the brain. Limbic system houses emotion and confessions, with the amygdala, which links fear and aggression. The hypothalamus controls drinking and eating, while the hippocampus is all the memories you're receiving. The pituitary is a master gland that helps you grow into a great big man.
Developed frontal lobe gives you good judgment, which in turn gives you less punishment. The cerebral cortex is neural cells that cover the brain, while the glial cells make sure the neurons don't become frayed. Your temporal lobe is located behind your ear and controls your auditory cortex, which is everything you hear. If you drink too much one night, your cerebellum will put up a fight. You will lose your balance and implicit memory and wake up in a cell with a felon.
This is 10% frontal, 20% temporal, 15% motor cortex and the power to move, 5% parietal that helps you remember the pain, and 100% reason to remember the brain. The corpus callosum has lots of grooves, because otherwise it would be as big as the front page news. Reticular formation controls our sexual desires. If you don't feel it, then you are alone.
If you eat too much sugar, you'll get diabetes, so be nice to your pancreas and eat your Wheaties. The thyroid is located at the bottom of your neck. If this gland stops secreting hormones, your metabolism will be whacked. This is 10% frontal, 20% temporal, 15% motor cortex and the power to move, 5% parietal that helps you remember the pain, and 100% reason to remember the brain.